Hello, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Omi Lade, Tyra Omi Lade, as a matter of fact, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Today is November 17th, 2017, and I am here to talk to you about this new moon energy. It is in Scorpio. So if you're interested in hearing more about what this is all about, Merry Friday to you, Nubian. If you are here to learn what this is all about or want to know more what this is all about and to maximize this energy, this live stream and rebroadcast is for you. I hope that everyone is doing well. You know, Scorpio is, I'm finding out, a very important season for me in particular. And I just want to remind everybody, first and foremost, it's very important for you to know what are your big three signs. Most of us know our sun sign, but only operating from your sun sign is giving you a limited understanding of who and what you are. We are our sun sign, but we are so much more. We are also our rising sign. And I found out long ago that I was a Scorpio rising, but I did not know what that was. And so our rising sign is the constellation that was on the horizon when we were born. And then we are our moon sign. There was a time when people did not ask, what is your sun sign? They would ask, what is your moon sign? Or people went more according to their rising sign. Another way of saying it is their ascendant. So I am a Pisces sun. I've always identified as a Pisces. Oh my goodness, when I look at my chart, I am a Pisces. But I've come to understand now that I am Scorpio rising and what that means. And so really, I'm actually a Scorpio. So yeah. And because this is Scorpio season, this is like a new year for me. So if you are Scorpio, rising, sun or moon, this new moon is like the new year. It's your January. So let's say that you are Sagittarius. When we hit Sagittarius season in a few days, that's your new year, Sagittarius, sun, moon, or ascendant. And so it's important to set up all of these parameters, all of these clocks, because it constantly is giving you something to work within, you know. So we work within each moon cycle, starting with the new moon, ending with the waning moon, back into the, well, starting with the new moon, going to the full moon, then going back to the new moon. We have the calendar year, January through December. In Ifa, it's every 4 days. You're doing something every 4 days. You're starting a new cycle every 4 days. And so it's important for us to have these cycles. So a good cycle to operate according to is, what is your ascendant? All you have to do is plug your information into a birth chart calculator, and you can find out what your ascendant is. And it is important for you to operate according to this ascendant, because this ascendant has set up a lot of things that are in motion. It's set up like whatever area in life you're supposed to be working on. It has set up how that flows according to wherever the planets are. And you can do the same thing with your sun and your moon. But, you know, just if you don't know your birth time, what I will say is, you can at least know your sun and your moon, and it's giving you something to operate according to. So let's say, for instance, my moon sign is Taurus. So I always listen to horoscopes for Taurus, and I, you know, when Taurus season begins, that's an important time. And when I really think back on it, things happen for me around Scorpio season. They've always happened for me around Scorpio season, and Taurus season is always significant for me. Okay, always significant. So my friends, let's talk about this new moon in Scorpio. One more thing, you can look at my playlist, the Goddess Guru the Wisdom playlist or something like that on my channel. And I interviewed April, the Pisces moon goddess, April the astrologer, and she talks about all of this. She gives a great foundation on how to understand yourself astrologically, so you can watch that video. Scorpio moon. Interestingly, a friend of mine wrote to me yesterday saying, oh, my horoscope said, and she's a Taurus sun, that to deal with the soothing energy of the new moon in Scorpio in my 7th house of relationships. And I thought, what astrologer wrote that? Couldn't have been an astrologer to write a soothing moon in Scorpio. Baby, the moon might be soothing in general, but there's nothing soothing about the moon in Scorpio. Because there's nothing soothing about Scorpio. Just for all my Scorpios out there, this is it for people who have sun, moon, or ascendant in Scorpio, or you have a lot of signs in Scorpio. It's not the easiest path. Everyone has Scorpio in their horoscope. Scorpio is where transformation occurs. Scorpio is where we go into the darkness. For those that are in the goddess tradition, I want you to think Oya, Pele, Kalima, Sekhmet. What? We know those are no joke kind of goddess energies. Oh my goodness. When you deal with this energy, you must change. Change or be changed. Okay? And so what I will say is when we're dealing with this energy of transformation, the signs are always there about what we need to do. There's always an indication of before, you know, the door gets busted through and we're laying on the ground crying and our eyes are all puffy and swollen and whatever we thought was is now gone. Okay? Before we get there, there's a whisper. Baby, you know you need to change your ways. Honey, you know you really need to do something about this thing. You're letting this thing fester. I know you have pushed some stuff in the darkness. You pushed it deep down into the recesses of your soul. But baby, you need to do something about this because it is really just sitting there festering. You can try to forget all you want about what that thing is inside of you that you're trying to hide, largely from yourself, but perhaps from the world. It's not going away. You need to do something about it. If you think about all of what's coming up and out about this person is saying this other person sexually assaulted them, did something sexually completely and totally inappropriate to them. It's that kind of thing where you just get outed. But before you get outed, there's something that says, you know that wasn't right. You need to do something about it. You need to make some restitution. You need to change your ways. That's what the moon in Scorpio is all about. And we'll say, you know, Scorpio is a super sexual sign. Yeah, we might be super sexual. But guess what? It's really about trust. It's really about what do you trust or what don't you trust? Where are you lacking trust within yourself? It's about having a deeper intimacy. It's about going deep. It's not about surface type relationships, surface type things that are going on. It's about going into the depths. And so that's what this moon is about. And also Scorpios, we know Scorpio is this kind of energy that is super sensitive. I mean, it is like, it can pick up on stuff. It has like X-ray vision. It's ruled by Pluto and Mars. These are energies that are just like, you know, Mars has that arrow and that Pluto, it can see within the darkness, you know? And so it's like Scorpio is like this super sensitive energy. It could be super obsessive. It's just picking up on everything. That's how we feel a lot of times. And because of that Mars energy, we might sometimes feel like we want to cut people during this moon, and be it the new moon or anytime it's in Scorpio. So just take note of what I'm saying today. Anytime the moon is in Scorpio. But of course, the energy is accentuated with a new moon or a full moon. So with the new moon, the sun and the moon are right there together, so the energy is magnified. And that's what you may have been feeling. Everything that I've described, that may be what you are feeling. What type of work would be good for this new moon, Scorpio, and Mars energy? Okay, I am going to get to you on that. Now, let me just say this right here and right now. Some of the best work you can do is to address an issue that's coming up for change. It's get real energy. And so perhaps journal. Journal if you aren't super aware of what this is bringing up, and it would be difficult for me to believe that people don't see their stuff coming up, especially those of you watching this broadcast. But if you don't know, journal and just see what starts coming up. Take time to observe your life and what is calling for change. This is not really the time to take a lot of action, and I'm going to explain something that I've been hearing from Leo King in particular. But it is a time to get more resolute about the changes that need to happen. And so I think this is a time to journal. I think this is a time to start writing down goals that you desire to work towards, and looking at the things that keep you year after year after year from getting to where you need to go. It's time to look at your darkness. And so as we look at our inner darkness, you know, the awareness, number one, is key. And then the next thing is really deciding what are you going to do about it. Even making the decision of, I just want to be aware of it. I just want to be more aware as I watch it unfold in my life. That's a fair decision to make. That's a fair choice to make. But it is time to deal with the darkness. So this is the energy of Mars. And anytime I'm dealing with Mars, which is probably every day of my life, anytime I'm dealing with Mars, I'm asking Mars, and I like to say Ogun, Herakahuti, if we're talking the African traditions of Kemet, Egypt, or Nigeria. Give me the courage to face this thing that I need to face within myself. People avoid pain all the time, but Mars Herakahuti is like, you can inflict pain on me all you want. I'm going for this. I will not be denied. And so, you know, we think about this Mars energy, this Ogun Herakahuti energy in Ifa. It is warrior energy. And what do we ask the warriors to do? We ask the warriors to help us slay the enemy within and without. But more than likely, especially in a Scorpio moon situation, we are seeking to slay the enemies within us. The negative thinking, the dark stuff that we store in ourselves for whatever reason. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of us store some of this because it sort of feels like it protects us. But when you can tell that darkness is actually hindering you, you're feeling it in your body. You can't get anything done in your life. You keep self-sabotaging everything you do. Maybe it's time to break up with that dark thing and understand that the protection that is that you seek is not within keeping that thing stored within you, but in calling on the energy of Mars, Ogun, Herakahuti, and Oya. However you want to call these energies, calling on them to assist you. You know, I was telling one of my friends, you can go to the railroads and leave peppercorn at the railroads for Ogun. Do this only if you really want to do the work. Okay. If you're needing courage, you're like, I don't have the strength to do it right now, Ogun, but I do want to connect with your energy. That's fair too. Go leave peppercorn. If you don't have an Ogun pot, go leave peppercorn at the railroads, because that's where we meet Ogun in our world, at the railroads. Go leave him an offering of peppercorn, and you say a prayer to Ogun. Ogun, help me. I believe in organic prayer. You know better than I know what you need. So you go and talk to Ogun at the railroads. If you have an Ogun pot, leave some peppercorn at your Ogun pot. Okay. You need to be initiated into Ifa in order, if you have an Ogun pot. Okay. That's where that comes from. With Oya, you can go leave an offering of eggplant at the graveyard. You go to a graveyard. Now, I'm picky about which graveyard I go to. I'm not going to lie to you. All right? I'm just being 100. I like going to a graveyard where I know it's some African Americans there. I'm in the United States of America, and, you know, these spirits, they real to me. I'm Pisces and Scorpio, y'all. Spirits are real to me. So I'm trying to go somewhere where the spirits will be welcoming. Go wherever you want to, though. You know, if you know your land, go where you know. But you go leave some eggplant, you know, with Oya. When the wind is blowing outside, this is a windy time for a lot of us in the United States in particular, maybe North America, or the Northern Hemisphere, I should say. And so when you feel the wind, that's another way to connect with the energy of Oya. But in your spirit, that's what counts the most. What changes? What are you willing to do within to release the darkness, to connect with the darkness? And lastly, I'll say, embrace the shadow self. The shadow self is a part of you. And this culture makes it seem like it's horrible to have a shadow self. Well, this is how the shadow selves are running the freak amok, doing all kinds of stuff, imposing on other people. You know, when you know you have a dark side, well, we all have a dark side. We all have it. If you can embrace the darkness, it will in fact help you to transform yourself and to use that darkness for good. I mean, that's completely and totally possible. So that's what I would recommend. I hope that helps. Let me know if that made sense to you. I didn't catch the name because I was trying to read so quickly what you wrote. Okay, so this new moon energy in Scorpio is a new moon for everybody. Everybody should be setting new moon intentions. And it's for, you know, for this next cycle. But for Scorpios, all right. Awesome, powerful Africa. Glad that helped you. For Scorpios, this is a new year. So set some new moon intentions. Now, let me talk about these planets in detriment. I was listening to David Palmer, the Leo King. I really like how he gives his astrological horoscopes because he is so big. You know, I like the ones that are sort of specific to the signs, but his are about the consciousness, the global consciousness. And he was talking about how all of the planets, well, not all, but several of the personal planets are in detriment. What does detriment mean? That means that they are in a sign where they're not super strong. That's why when I read what my friend said, the soothing Scorpio moon, that could not be a real astrologer writing that. Somebody just made that up. Because everyone knows who studies astrology, the moon is not typically strong. It's not a comfortable place. When we're talking detriment, these planets are not in a sign where they're comfortable. Perhaps because it's like the opposite of what they do, you know. The moon is about Cancerian things, motherly love, even though Cancers can be tough. Ooh, Cancers are tough cookies, okay? They're not weak. But they are sensitive. They are emotional. They're very motherly. But Scorpio, no. Scorpio is like, I'm going to beat your butt. We're going to get real here, all right? We're going deep down. You're going to feel pain when you think about Scorpio. And I love Scorpio. I love Scorpio. It's the energy in general. So the moon is not necessarily comfortable in Scorpio. Venus is in Scorpio. Venus is love and relationships. Scorpio is hardcore energy, okay? So Venus is in Scorpio. And Mars, which is all about toughness and masculinity, it's in Libra. And Libra is about relationships and partnerships and balance. And, you know, it's like, oh, whoa. Let's be easy here. Let's be easy. and it's ruled by Venus. And then Mercury is in Sagittarius. So when you look at a chart, Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, is the opposite of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is big thinking. And, you know, Geminis, they're more like focused, small bits and bites. You know, it's the mind and everything. And so, you know, this energy of Mercury that's sort of like narrow in focus is in an energy that's super big. It's not comfortable. So right now, a lot of us may, not just because of the Scorpio full moon, it's 4 planets in detriment. We're feeling some kind of way right now. We might be feeling some kind of way. And what he said is that it will last until probably Mercury comes out of retrograde. So we're in the shadows. If you know about Mercury in retrograde, don't worry. We just need to slow ourselves down, okay? We need to like review the details of our lives. This is something that you could merge with your Scorpio new moon activities. Merge this slowing down that Mercury is doing. And so that means our minds and everything is like shifting, and it's going to be sort of like moving back so we can review and sort of look at things. So perfect for this time of year, because we are entering into this new calendar year that, you know, feels like a new start for so many of us. And so it's time for us to slow our thoughts down, start thinking more. And with it being in Sagittarius, we might be thinking about our beliefs. We might be thinking about what is our life's philosophy, paying attention to what we're seeing when it comes to our life's philosophy, the details of it. Like, does it make sense? Is it time to upgrade this thing? Is it time to change it, transform it? Are we even paying attention to what our life's philosophy is? Do we have a life philosophy? Do you have a life's philosophy? Let me know what your life's philosophy is. Just give me at least one point from it, you know? So for me, part of my life philosophy is all is one. I've always loved people from all over. I just feel like we're one human race. I believe in all is one on so many levels. That's why I can deal with everybody having a religion, whatever that religion is. I don't knock atheists, nothing. All is one for me. That's part of my life's philosophy. And when I see myself operating in contradiction to that, then I have to ask myself, is this really my life philosophy? You know? So we want to be thinking about that. I need to make sure I update y'all on, and this is closer to the end of December, but if you listen to astrology, productivity and growth, that's nice. I like that. Very good, Cassia. Yeah, Cassia I have known since she was like 3 months old. That's right, Cassia. No stress, no worry, stress-free life, powerful Africa, you know, family, spirituality. When we know these things about ourselves, and then that becomes the guiding principle for what we do. Thank y'all for sharing that, as a matter of fact. That becomes the guiding principle for what we do. If our life is in contradiction to our life's philosophy, it is the life philosophy that gets us back on track. Okay? So, yes, so we want to be thinking about that when it comes to our life philosophy. And I want to make sure that I talk to you all about Mercury meeting with Saturn at what is called the galactic center. This is the motherboard. This is what we would say in the Sacred Feminine Mysteries tradition. This is the womb of all manifested reality. This is the cosmic mama. This is where everything stems from the great divine. And Mercury is going to be connecting with Saturn at the 27th degree of Sagittarius, which is called the, what did I tell y'all it was called? The galactic center. The galactic center. But I need to study a little bit more on that before I talk about it. But I wanted to mention it so y'all can remind me if I don't get around to it in the next week or two, because it's important. Because it will be bringing up solutions. My astrologer Lada described it as an amnesty. So it's sort of like, ooh, okay, let me connect this then. This Scorpio new moon that we're at, which is looking at the darkness, looking at the parts of ourselves that perhaps need transformation. A lot of times it's where we are stuck in our stumble. that time period, which is somewhere close to the end of December, I need to get that date for y'all. It will provide amnesty for us. That's why it's so important for us to look at what it is and become aware of it. So when that solution comes, when Mercury meets Saturn at the galactic center, it is going to provide a solution. It may provide a resolution to it. But something my husband talks about all the time when he preaches is how many people say they want it. The thing that they want is sitting right there, but they don't even possess it. Everything we say we want, it'll manifest itself, but because we're not walking aware, we don't see it show up. So that's why we've got to wake up. We've got to wake up more. Every day it's about waking up more and more and more. And that life philosophy helps us to stay on the straight and narrow to that waking up. Okay. So, I mean, how many of us need amnesty? Peace and blessings. How are you? How many of us need amnesty from something in our lives? It's a burden that has been on our shoulders. That time is coming. It's coming. December. I'll get those dates for you all. Okay, so that's the astrology that I have. Hey, thank you. Hey, Momo, how are you? Greetings. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to talk about the oracle that I got. I was like, woo, positivity. You know, I love it when I pull positive cards for us. I hate bringing bad news to good people, you know? So, Powerful Africa, what day in December? Tell me what day is your birthday in December. And the reading for this full moon, this new moon is Orsair, which is perfect. Oh yeah, it's around that time. It'll be before the 29th. Because Mercury comes out of retrograde on the 22nd. Tell you what, I really don't remember. Because it's on the 27th degree, that's the number that's in my mind. But I really need to get the date of that connection between Mercury and Saturn at the galactic center. So I'll make sure I have that for y'all in the next time I make a video. Yes. And also I'm studying numerology, and I have found out, I'm sorry, this is an aside, but this is why I like doing lives, because it makes me think and flow. If the date of your birthday is 11 or adds up to 11, so like a 29, you're an old soul. That 11 energy, you are an old soul who has reincarnated. Powerful Africa. Hey. Okay, so and yes, you know what? I will start doing some. Yes, it is true, Powerful Africa. I just learned this yesterday. I was listening to something about numerology, but I will start bringing more numerology once I feel a little more confident with that too, because the number piece. You know, what is that called? The Fibonacci number. Everything is based on numbers in this culture, in this world, I should say. And so numerology is just rocking my world. And to me, it relates to the Orisha. It relates to astrology. And it also relates to, this astrologer relates it to chakras. If y'all look at learning strategies, they have a numerology. Look up Learning Strategies Numerology Mindfest, and they are like streaming some free numerology classes that you can listen to. You know, so you can go there if you want to listen to that. It's for real, Powerful Africa. It is for real. Good for you. Good for you. Adding all those numbers, because it works. Okay, so it's Orsair. So Orsair is so perfect for working with this new moon in Scorpio, or new moon energy in general, because Orsair is all about stepping into your most authentic self. And this is what Scorpio is all about. Scorpio transforms you so that you become more of who and what you are. This is why it's best to face the darkness, face the changes that are before you head on, because once you get to the other side of it, you will be better for it. Even the changes that you feel like were too hard, if you allow the transformation to happen, if you allow the healing to happen, you will become more of the authentic you, because transformation allows you to transcend. This is what Orser calls us to do. It calls us to transcend that which we know about ourselves. It calls us to expand and to step outside of our superstar made up selves, to step outside of all the roles, all the titles, all the labels that we wear, till we become one with the no thingness. Just like I told you, that all is one energy. That's what Orser calls you to be, do, and have. You know, we come here. This is what I tell people all the time. Self-realization is why we are here. Self-realization is the ultimate process. To be in the world knowing that you really are the infinite in a body, having an experience in this physical body. And I talked about it in my last video, that we're here simply to experience the vibration of being in this physical reality. Because we are human, to experience the vibrations of the human experience is really simple. It's really simple. But it seems so real. But what can you do to step more into the truth of who and what you are, to know a new level of yourself? What can you do at this new moon to move to a place where you defy every label that you wear? What can you do? What intentions can you set that will take you to a place where every dream comes true? Why can't we have that kind of belief for ourselves, friends, huh? Why can't we have those kinds of goals for ourselves? We didn't come here to let the world sit on us. We are the world. We create our reality. It's like clay. It's our consciousness. We come here to really, be conscious of the consciousness that we are. And it sounds so, I don't know. Like when I talk like that, sometimes I feel like it just sounds like circular talk, but it's true. It's the only way to really talk about it. And if I just encourage you all to move to a place, if you're not there yet, where you're understanding all that talk that is like transcendent talk, because you've experienced the transcendent nature of who and what you are. That's what Orser is calling us to do. And one of the best ways to do this, because Orser says you must understand the unity of it all. Unity, oneness is the key word. So when I look at you, I see me. When I look at the trees, when I look at my glasses, all is one. All is one. So that's what I have for you all. When you get this Orser energy or reading, it's one of those types of energies where it's not really, it's beyond physical manifestation. It's going to be more of a psycho-emotional, spiritual thing that is happening within. And so just remember, authenticity is what is most important at this new moon. We can't be fake. Scorpio don't play fake. Okay, you talk to any Scorpio, they despise fake people and they hate being fake. They would rather just be quiet and not say anything. But Scorpios hate fakeness. Be authentic. Authentic. Step into your authenticity. You understand me? I said, huh? Yes, we don't like that fakeness. Needing willpower. Hold on one second. Let me think about that, Momo. See, willpower for me is going to be more of a Shango thing. What I would recommend for willpower, and for me, Shango, Ogun, you know, Heru, Herakuti, these energies, they're so closely related because you have to have that confidence, or excuse me, that fire and that passion. Both of them speak to having confidence, but you have to have that fire and that passion to, push forward through that thing. The willpower piece is more, in my mind, is more of a mental thing. But what I would do if we're wanting ritual work, I would work with Shango. I recommend, one of my favorite things, and I need to do this myself, is to do the sun salutation to connect with the energy of Shango. Other things to connect with Shango would be to work with the fire element. And so maybe light a red candle, put on red, wear a lot of red to get your fire lit with inside of you. And as you work with this red candle, what you want to do is to write down in a place where you are feeling, where you're feeling calm in your spirit is feeling awakened, positive. It's a good place. And your mind is free and clear. And you write down in front of this red candle, I got a phone call. I didn't know if it was over, but let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm back. Are y'all out there? I'm just going to keep talking because I know it's still recording. But in front of this red candle, good. Okay. You write down what you desire to manifest. Thank you, Powerful Africa. You write down what you want to manifest. And basically, in doing that, that is planting seed in your garden. The garden of your will. That's what willpower is the garden of, it's within you. It's the garden of your mind. It's the garden of your, it's energetic. You plant the seeds within there and the seeds will grow and manifest. Okay, that's how our real willpower comes. I have only found myself to have willpower through internal changes. That is the only way I have been able to manifest willpower. So that's what I would recommend to you. And then you begin to work your magic day in and day out. You see yourself, you feel yourself doing the things that you need the willpower to do. So with me, to me, it's like a switch. Oh my gosh. It is hard to describe. It's like a switch. When I decided I'm done with sugar. Okay, I'll tell you that. When I'm done with sugar, but that was after a long time of me making commitments to give up sugar, That's it. I'm done. I will not do sugar anymore. You have to have that resolute. What's the vision? That's what Herakuti is about. Hey, but you can, Mama, for a fact that you can ride this energy. We women, this is what I tell my kids all the time. You treat a woman well. Let her be who she is. She will give you the world. You need to ride on the coattail of her intuition, her woman magic. She'll do it if you treat her right. We'll do it when people ain't acting right with us, but you treat us right. So you got this, Momo, because you got a good woman. I think it was Ezariah is the name I saw. Asked where is Powerful Africa. What is the website I spoke about earlier? That would be Learning Strategies. You can Google it. It's been around forever. Learning Strategies. Great website. And when you get on their mailing list, now, first of all, they're going to send you a lot of emails. I'm just trying to let you know in the beginning. But they will let you know when they have these things called fests, F-E-S-T. And so right now they have the Numerology Fest going on. And so what they do is they'll let you listen to a free, you know, part of the numerology course free for a day or two. And of course they want you to upgrade. But anyway, you do get to listen to a lot of stuff for free. They are constantly sending you out their courses. And I have several of their courses and I can vouch. It's really good. And I love this numerology course. Now, I took the numerology certification with Baba Shagadari with Gone Philosophy. And I mean, really, I just didn't have the confidence to do numerology before working with him. It's a lot to work, you know, working with a live teacher, a real teacher. And he's, in my opinion, the best. He's with Gone, G-A-N, Philosophy. And y'all should check out his website. He is a master teacher, in my opinion. And he's only 47. He's young. But he's the bomb. But everything that's in this Mind Fest, this numerology fest that they're doing through learning strategies, that's exactly what he taught me. I am getting a little extra because Shagadari has certifications. So I don't know what, you know, maybe some of what's in this would be in another course with Shagadari, but that numerology course is on it. So, you know, maybe what I'll try to do is, hold on one second. I'm going to do my best to go through what everybody would be focused on. I have learned that understanding what your chart looks like is everything. So I'm going to try this real quick. I'm trying to be a little astrologer for you. So for Scorpio, the new moon in Scorpio is in your first house. Everything that I've talked about, it will have to do with yourself. It'll have to do with your identity, perhaps a change in your body. I'm just going to go real light because I can't go super deep in all this. For oh, look, typically people start with Aries, but I started with Scorpio. Let's see here. For Aries, that's in your 8th house. If you are Aries, sun, moon, or ascendant, it's in your 8th house, and that's the house of transformation. Like, that's the original house of transformation. For everybody, the 8th house is about transformation, and for you, it's about scorpionic. You know, it's Scorpio is what rules this house. And it also has to do with money, other people's money. So you want to just think about what transformations are calling you. And this is just in general, but it could have to do with other people's resources. You connecting with other people's resources. It could be with debt. If you owe debt, it could be, you know, maybe you're going to get some money. And it's new moon. So we're setting our new moon intentions. And these are the things that you want to think about. Taurus is going to be in your 7th house. And I told y'all, my Taurus friend mentioned that. I said, girlfriend, this might be a time where you need to think about how you want to improve your relationships. It could be love or just, you know, deep partnerships in general. But honey, I don't know if this is a nice, soft, touchy-feely new moon for you in your relationship areas. For Gemini, that's going to be in your 6th house. So you may want to think about, this is the area of work. It's the area of your routines, your health routines, as well as pets. They always mention pets with the 6th house. So think about transformation in those areas. Everybody just know, to me, this energy also is about death and dying. What needs to die? What do you need to lay to rest when it comes to work, or when it comes to your lifestyle? Gemini. So for Cancer, that would mean the 5th house. Is that right? Yes, 5th house. And so for the 5th house, that has to do with hobbies. It has to do with dating. It has to do with creativity. And so this is a water sign. So, you know, water energy is very creative. But, you know, with this is about the occult. That's another thing about Scorpio, y'all. It's very spiritual. It's the most spiritual sign of the zodiac. And so it's not the only one, but it is the most. And so with this, you want to think about spirituality in everything. How can you have a spiritual approach? It doesn't matter what house it's in for you. You want to have a spiritual approach to how you're looking at it, or maybe you need to infuse it more with spirituality. The other thing about Scorpio, Scorpio energy, no matter what house, it's about taboo. And you go crazy sometimes. What do you go crazy over? I said, it's about the taboo. Sometimes we've got to embrace the taboo. That's why I said the darkness. I have accepted that I'm a part of the taboo. You know, I have struggled with that. Feeling alone and weird. Yes, I said OMG. I can so relate. Oh, yes. Yes. Many of us know we have a spouse that is sort of like, what's going on with you? What's that about? Especially, like, I got married when I was 24. I was a little strange then. But my husband is like, you are really, really weird. I cannot with you. But you know what? I said, I hope you can laugh about it. It's not fun not being understood. But if we can laugh about it, it makes it so much more fun to be weird and misunderstood. You've got to explore your spirituality. I feel like spirituality is nobody's business but mine. My spirituality is nobody's business but mine. And so, you know, I have a room, this room that I sit in right here, and this is where my world is. This is my church. This room right here in my house. Good. And when you love spirituality, when you love what you are really into and you embrace it, then what ends up happening is it infuses you with life and you get things done. You don't stay stuck in your stumble. And that's one of the things I said with spirituality that I've come to accept. The more I learn about myself, I come here to be spiritual. I'm Scorpio ascendant, Pisces, Sun. There's some other stuff in my chart that just reeks of spirituality. I've had many readings that speak to how important spirituality is for me. When you get a reading, if you work with the energy of Sekar deeply, which I do in the Egyptian oracle, Sarah's like, the only thing there is spirituality. You must be focused on spirituality. I got a reading from a traditional priest many years ago, and he was like, you've got to infuse everything you do with spirituality. When I don't, I'm not happy. Every time I do spiritual things, I'm so happy. And the happier I am, the more I get done, the less I stay stuck in my stumble. So I encourage you, yes, be weird and be spiritual, Aset. So what did I leave off with? Cancer's fifth. No, let me see here. Yeah, Cancer's fifth house, which means Leo is fourth house. Yes, ma'am. Fourth house is about the home, the family, the ancestors. So if you are Leo, any of those, you know, Leo, rising, moon, ascendant, it's about the home, your physical home. It's about family issues, transformation when it comes to the family. And it is about the ancestors. Working with the ancestors. This is a great time to work with the ancestors during this time of Scorpio season. That's why, you know, the fact that I had mentioned the oracle had told me to tell y'all we were working with the ancestors, and I didn't even realize, oh my gosh, that was right before Halloween. That is such the Agun time, you know. So Virgo is going to be third house. Third house is about your neighborhood, your city, your communication, and transforming your mind. Libra is going to be what? Second house? Yep. Second house. So if you're Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant, this is going to have to do with your resources, your energy. It also has to do with your values as well as your self-worth. Okay? What needs to be transformed in that area? I said Scorpio is first house. So that's going to be about yourself, your identity, perhaps your body. What do you want to transform? Now look, y'all, Venus is in Scorpio. Okay, so just beware. Scorpio has to do with cutting. Okay, and so be careful of doing changes right now with this Venus little thing going on. We might want to wait till Venus is in something like Taurus or Libra before we make any of those kind of changes. For sure, just be easy with Scorpio. Really, we might want to just be kind of focused. Scorpio is about release. You know, I like pretty things. I'm not the most frou-frou thing, but you know, this Taurus moon has me loving things that are so lovely. So when I think about what Scorpio rules, which is the opening, such as the anus, you know, it's about the places where stuff comes out. It's about detoxification. What do we need to detoxify in the area of life that I have mentioned for your sign? And so perhaps for Libra or Scorpio, you know, we need to release, we need to do a detox or something like that. Let's see here. Sagittarius, then, that would be the 12th house. 12th house, this is a house I still need to just try to grasp, y'all. This is the hardest house for me to understand. It's a house that really relates to me because I'm Pisces. It's the house of dissolution, because the 12th house is at the end as you go into the beginning, which is the first house, right? And so when you have Scorpio on the 12th house, this is going to be a house, this is going to be for the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is going to be a time when you are looking at purifying. Well, it's about death and release. What do you need to die to? That's the best way I can explain it from my diviner position, because as an astrologer, I don't know yet. But I do know it has something to do with sleep. And it has to do, it's like the ultimate dissolution. It's about release, letting go, going into the oneness, you know? So, but it may be something with sleep you can think about. That's the one thing I understand. It has to do with sleep. If you know Pisces, we love our sleep. And then Capricorn is going to be the 11th house, which has to do with your vibe tribe. I know a Capricorn, she is having a look at her relationships right now. She's having a look at her tribe and see who is not vibing right now. So some of you Capricorns may be looking at your relationships like, I'm about to cut some people up out of here. I'm about to detoxify my friends list. But it's also about gains. That it's the house of gains, making money, different things like that. So you may want to look at that area when it comes to Scorpionic things. Aquarius, if that's a 10th house for Aquarius. So for 10th house, this is about career. The 2nd, 6th, and 10th houses, you can always think about career for those houses. Making money would be more of like an 11th, 8th, and 11th house thing. But 10th house, this is one of my favorite houses because it's at the height of your chart. It's about what do you want to be known for? And so with this 10th house, it's about your career. It's about what legacy are you going to leave? What are you here to really do? And baby, are you doing it? What needs to be transformed to get you more on this path? And oh my goodness, do you need to study the occult? Do you need to do something more spiritual? Do you perhaps need to go into a career that perhaps has to do with research? Because anyone that knows Scorpio energy knows we're going to get to the bottom of this thing. We're going to stay on this thing because we can be so obsessive. We're going to figure it out. We will not quit until we get this thing done. So you may need to be more like that in your career. You need to, find that career, the perfect career for that Scorpio that you are in that 10th house. And did I say 10th house? Yeah. 9th house for Pisces. So Pisces, when I talked about, beliefs and all that, this is a time where you might be looking at transforming your beliefs. You might be thinking about traveling and, really feeling how transformative traveling will be for you, especially if you go abroad. The world is way small now, y'all. We have airplanes. We have boats. We have all kinds of things that connect us to all the different parts of the world. Or the internet, you know, Pisces connect with other cultures. So that's what I have for you all on that. I can't believe I just did that. I feel like a big girl astrologer. It takes a lot to know astrology. But I continue to study for you all because I have figured out, Leo King said it best yesterday. I was like, yes, Leo King, that's what's up. I love the Leo King. He was saying that astrology is like an app that the great divine God, the great mother, has provided for us. Thank you. Woo! Thank you. I said I love feedback when I'm given astrological information because it helps me to build my confidence. Don't forget to show us the new oracle. The new oracle? Did I say I had a new oracle? Yes, that's right. Where are my cards? I need to find out what I did with my cards. Okay, so what was I telling y'all about? You asked me about peppercorn. Wait a minute, I said, what did you ask me? Y'all know I'm Pisces. Let me get sidetracked in my mind. Ogun. Yes, the peppercorn has to do with Ogun. And, you know, Ogun is fire and heat. So that's why we get peppercorn. And so, yes, he is about metal. That's where we meet him at. Now, if you know somebody who does, what's that called? Blacksmithing. You can go leave that offering there at the blacksmith shop. Actually, there is a welding place right up the street from where I live. I cannot believe it. I'm like, hey, Ogun. But yeah, he's metal and blacksmithing, all that kind of good stuff. You could go conceivably to a forested area because he lives in the forest also. You could leave it there for Oya too, now that I think about it, because Oya lives in the forest also. Now, she's also at the marketplace. So, you know, go to the farmer's market, buy a little fruit, a little eggplant, and leave it somewhere hidden for Oya. She's there too. What was, I thought I said had asked me a question. Anyway, y'all, let me get this real quick. Oh, here it is. That's why I have to have structure and order. Pisces, we need structure and order as much as we act like we don't like it. Let me show y'all the card that I did pull. I do like visuals, you know. I do like visuals. Visuals. This is the card I had pulled this morning. Isn't that beautiful? This is Orsair. Okay. And, you know, he holds the crook and the flail. He's white. And we strive to become Orsair. This is what I learned in the Metunetter. We strive to become Orsair. We strive to become, you know, completely and totally enlightened in the body and to operate from this place. So this is Orsair. And when you look at the Metunetter cards, you see 2 blue, 2 white. That's called Hetep. This is the best energy that you can ask for. This is what I pull for the Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. Okay. And so Hetep means the energy is open. If you do what this says, what I told y'all Orsair speaks to, then the way is open. The way is easy. Okay. It's like when you think about Jupiter in astrology. Jupiter is going to ease the way. Jupiter is going to make everything easy. And that's another thing. While we have 4 planets in detriment, Jupiter is in Scorpio. Jupiter is bestowing great beneficence and benevolence in all the areas I just spoke about for you all. Whatever your sign is that I spoke to. And you should know 3 of them. Those areas are receiving a lot of abundance. One of my friends asked me yesterday, how you holding up with this Scorpio, you know, this moon energy? And I was like, it's making me I'm a little spicy right now. Let's just say it that way. I get a little hot And I'm typically not that way. I said, but you know, I have Jupiter in my first house right now. I just had a Jupiter return. And Jupiter is making me feel elated and good. So we all have Jupiter in Scorpio right now. We all have Jupiter in Scorpio. So, hey, just get ready to receive some blessings of abundance. But the thing that we do have to do is we have to take that step. You know, we have to take steps in the right direction. Let me give y'all a Pathways card. I'm just pulling this one right here and right now. This is what Pathways look like. Wait a minute. Pathways. Okay. And one of my friends bought this for me. She found this at a garage sale. I love this oracle because it really speaks to the Western mindset. Boom. What did y'all get? Balance and harmony. Balance and harmony. This is such a Libra type of card. This is also an Oshun type of card, which Venus is in Scorpio with us right now. So maybe the transformation is going to help to bring us into balance and harmony. The more we allow ourselves to be transformed, the more we face the darkness, the more we will feel imbalanced and have harmony. How about that? Who wants to feel balanced and harmonious? What are we feeling harmonious with, though? Tell me, where are you seeking harmony in your life? Somebody speak up. Let me know. Where are you seeking harmony in your life? For me, I want to seek harmony with my own self. It's sort of like what our set was talking about. Just wanting to do me, which is explore spirituality. And you know, I like being political. I'm a little political, y'all. I like getting out. I guess I'm more of an activism, and politics is a part of my activism. So self-balance, love, life, and family. Nice, powerful Africa. Self-balance, love, life, and family. I love it. That's a beautiful thing. Harmony with the self, you're like me. And then having that balance with family and just everything. Yes, thank you, thank you. So balance and harmony. Those are key words for us right now. Transformation, oneness and unity, balance and harmony. And I also encourage you to seek harmony with your guides. Seek harmony with nature. The more we're in harmony with nature, you will know everything you need to know. I am Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru. Thank you all for being here with me this morning. And I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your comments. I'm wishing you an awesome new moon. And Happy New Year to all the Scorpios. Happy full moon to you. Are most welcome, I said. Happy new moon energy to everyone. Please let me know if I can divine for you on your behalf. I will put a link in the box below. And also don't forget to, and I need to put her information in this box. I've just been so busy this week. But Butterfly Collections, my friend Quanubian, I will put her information so you can buy all your gifts from Quanubian if you need some jewelry. And she is coming up with some necklaces. Yes, happy new moon. She's coming up with some beautiful Eleke type necklaces. They're not really Elekes, but they look like Elekes. But she's going to come up with some, and I'm going to bless them. And if, you know, people want to purchase those, you can. They're handmade. But she has all kinds of jewelry that she sells, as well as EssenceTree.com with Charmaine. She sells beautiful products. Check out Essence Tree. And please like the video, share the video. And I look forward to coming up with the Oracle Speaks University class that is coming up in the next couple of days. I love you all. You have a wonderful new moon. Keep me posted on how things are going. And y'all, I'm expecting good things for us. I'm expecting the best for us. And may we all walk in our authentic selves. Love y'all. Peace. Ooh. I don't know how to, let's see if this works.
Yes.
Love y'all. Peace.